David Andrews with us now on the Volkswagen Dealers Expert Hotline. David, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys.
Hey, Dave. Hey, can you believe there are people pissed off that guy covered Tracy Chapman's Fast Car, and he did a damn good job at it?
Are people mad about that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought people loved it.
Music people were very offended. Well, she did it better.
He didn't exactly make it his own.
Well, I mean, I'm a big fan. I love when guys cover songs because I think it's cool to see, what they like, what they listen to, and I think hell, 90% of songs are covers. Other people write most songs.
I like when the Foo Fighters cover songs and do them.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I love going to concerts, and I've been to a lot of concerts, and guys will play a mashup of songs that are their favorite, and it can be anything. So I've always enjoyed that. I thought Luke did a good job, and she's probably making a lot of money off of it too. So.
Oh yes, she is. Yes, she definitely is.
Sure is.
David, final game of the year this week. What are your thoughts on getting ready for this one and finishing the year strong?
Yeah, it's a good football team. Obviously, really good defense for playing. At all three levels, they got good secondary, really good linebackers, and really good front four. So it'll be a big challenge, as it always is. I think they do a really good job playing team defense. It's a good way for us to keep moving in the year on a good note, against a good football team.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You haven't missed a snap this entire year, have you?
No.
So it's kind of a weird year in the fact that, obviously you guys aren't successful record-wise, but for personally you, from a health standpoint, 17 games, and for what you do on a daily basis, you got to feel pretty good about it. About your personal.
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in being out there, and that's, trying to, there's obviously things you can control and can't control. And I've had years where I've been banged up and, even years where I couldn't play. So, it is what it is, and I've had years where I played the whole year too and had to have surgery or could play through it and could wait to have surgery, have years where, something like a thumb where not that big of a deal, but just kind of the situation, had to have surgery on it. So, it's all different, man. There's a lot of luck that goes into it. And then obviously, preparation, taking care of yourself and, some mental and physical toughness. So, I try to be out there for my guys. I try to be out there, represent, my family and the people that have poured into me and obviously represent this team and organization.
You said it up there at fifth quarter at the podium. You said there's going to be change. We don't know who's going to be back, which linemen are back, which aren't, which players, which coaches. There's a lot of things to be decided. How much football do you think you have left personally?
I don't know, man. I try not to,
Yeah.
I think I've sat in a lot of end of the year meetings after Super Bowls, after losing Super Bowls, after playoff, whatever it is, right? We always have the exit meetings, and a lot of things Bill says, are very true, and he was always saying, let's not make a decision right after the season. A lot speaking to some of the older guys, and I've always thought, you get done with the season, no matter when that season ends, you're tired, you're exhausted, and you're sore, and you're beat up, and you're like, man, I don't know if I can do this again. And then, you get a couple weeks off, you get back into a training regimen, you're starting to feel pretty good again. So I've always thought, he's always right about that. You never make a decision right after the season. I know I'm a lot closer to the end than I am my beginning, but for me, I think it's more of how much do I love it, and do I still want to put in all that time and effort, because that's what the game deserves from me, and that's what I think I have to do to be successful. I'm not the biggest, strongest, so there's a lot of work that goes into it, and so. When I get tired of doing the little things, I think that's when it's time. And, I don't know. We'll have to see. And but it takes some time off, go to Georgia, spend some time on my farm, and relax and spend some time with the family.
Is it getting harder at this stage of your career? Some players say, more years in, they figure out how to maybe, manage it better. The physical grind of a season. Does it get harder, or is it getting, is it the same as it's been for the last few years for you?
I think it's interesting because it's different than when I was younger, right? Maybe when I was younger, it was more, the game planning, the opponents, and things like that was a lot more bearing than my body because I was younger and I felt better and I could go do all the things I wanted to do. And then, as I've gotten older, I understand the game plan more. And, the game doesn't move as fast for you, if that makes sense. And, then you're trying to focus, all right, how do I get my body? I can't do what I used to do when I was 24. Things just linger a little bit longer. And so it's always changing. And I think every year I've looked at it, I sit down at the end of the year and be like, all right, what did I do good about my routine? What did I like? What do I think helped me? What do I think hurt me? And, I can't say every year has been the same. I've always tried to find different ways to get better, different ways to get an edge, whatever it may be, whether it's film study, breaking down stuff, working out, treatment, nutrition. I've always tried to sit down every year and just kind of look at my process, and see what I think I could have done better, what I liked, what I didn't.
One of your teammates has talked quite a bit about the process of thinking about things after every season, and that's Matthew Slater. He said the other day that he's sort of taking things in and soaking it all up. And I just wanted to ask you, what's Matthew Slater meant to you as a teammate in New England?
Yeah, a lot. I can be honest and say I didn't know who Matthew Slater was when I, got here. I learned very quickly who guys like him and Devin McCourty were. And I got to, whether it be through, team Bible study, whatever, got to learn a lot about them. I was in a relationship. They were married, starting to have kids, see how they balance, being a great football player, a great teammate, a great husband, great father, and then great in the community, and at the time, like how do they do all this stuff? How do they have time for all this stuff? And just watching them, learning from them. He's had such an impact on my life, as a man and off the field. And even though he doesn't play offensive line, just the way he prepares, the way he takes care of his body, it's just not happenstance or luck that he's, played as long as he has. So, it's just really impressive, the dedication he has to this football team, and the kind of man he is off the field and kind of teammate he's been to me and influence, in my life as a man, husband, father, and a teammate.
That's a great answer there. You're one of the longest tenured guys here. Did you see any change in Bill this year or towards the end here?
No, one thing I think I respect the most about Coach is his steadfastness, and just how he's able to focus on the present and what's important now. And I think that's a great tool in life, and I think we sometimes get distracted about things we can't control, the future and the past, the present. I mean, the past, the future, and you're missing out on the present and what you need to do right now. There's things you can't control what's going to happen in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, or what you did 3 weeks ago is not going to help you right now. So I think that's something I've learned from him, and that he preaches and that I have a lot of respect for. He just has that great ability to focus on what's now. And right now for us, that's the New York Jets, a good football team. And that's what we're trying to focus on. Get ready to go out here and end the year in front of our home fans on a good note.
Hey, David, you're an offensive lineman. Did you happen to catch the NFL's video that they sent everybody about reporting as eligible?
I saw it.
What do you make of all that?
If I'm reporting for eligible, we got bad news because I'm not a great athlete. So
now you bad hands?
I played football since I was in first grade, and I've never played another position than O-line. So you do the math on that.
Yeah. Sometimes big guys get some ability, They just haven't been allowed to use it.
Well, some guys, play tight end and they get transition. That was never the case for me. There was no doubt of what I was playing.
All right, David.
All right, man. We appreciate the time this year, Dave. Good luck.
Thanks, guys. You guys missing Hardy?
What do you think of McCone? He doesn't say much over there. His kid McCone. What do you think of him?
I didn't even know there was someone.
Oh, he's not. Yeah,
there.
We ain't either.
He's here. Yeah, he's here. McCone.
He's here in space.
Hello.
I'm a big Luke Combs guy too. We got that.
Yeah, he's a big country guy.
Yeah.
So he is definitely.
Yeah.
You guys could be together going to shows this summer. Yep.
Oh, great. Yeah, I can't wait. You going to the Zach Bryan show?
Yeah, 100%. I went to the one in Worcester in May.
How about that?
I was going to try to go, but our son was sick, so it wasn't going to work out. But I heard it was great.
Yeah, no, it was a good time.
Maybe you guys could hook up and walk around Bass Pro or something.
Yep.
Check out
just the Bass Pro hangout
I
session.
tell you what, my kids went with the
check out
dog
the
last week. The dog loved it. There's hanging with the bears, playing with the turtles.
You know, go duck hunting or something.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys do.
I've taken my son in there when it's raining just to let him
That's a great way to
run
kill
around.
him. Great way to kill an hour.
Yeah, great way. It's got 2 levels.
Yep.
The fish tank. It's got it all.
Yeah.
All right, fellas.
All right.
See you, Dave.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, buddy.
See ya.
See you guys.
David Andrews, Patriots center.